Vipassana's promise. S. N. Goenka's Vipassana tradition presents nirvana as the ultimate goal of meditation. Practitioners undertake 10 days of silence, strict discipline, and intensive meditation to deepen their awareness. The method emphasizes direct personal experience rather than belief or theory. Participants often begin the retreat with the expectation that the practice will guide them all the way to the final cessation of suffering.
Vipassana's power. The retreat environment created by Vipassana is exceptionally powerful and transformative. Noble silence, a highly structured daily schedule, and the support of a dedicated community generate a unique intensity. Through continuous observation of bodily sensations and mental processes, awareness becomes increasingly refined. For many practitioners, this leads to profound personal transformation and lasting insights. Vipassana's limitation. Despite its strengths, a limitation appears when practitioners approach the experience of breath cessation or extremely subtle states of awareness. At this stage, the traditional instruction is often to return attention to the breath or bodily sensations. No alternative pathway is usually offered for exploring what lies beyond this threshold. As a result, the original promise of complete liberation can feel unfinished or incomplete. Your paradox. My relationship with Vipassana is deeply paradoxical. I admire the practice for its rigor, discipline, and ability to cultivate extraordinary awareness. At the same time, I feel frustrated by what appears to be doctrinal rigidity at crucial stages of the journey. The method delivers profound experiences, yet seems to stop at an important threshold. This tension between appreciation and criticism has become a lived reality. Einstein's relativity. Mass to energy. Einstein's famous equation, E is equal to mc squared, revealed that mass and energy are fundamentally interchangeable. Matter is not as solid or permanent as it appears. It can be understood as condensed energy. During the Vipassana experience of Bhanga, the body seems to dissolve into waves of vibration. In this sense, the meditative experience appears to mirror the insights of relativity. Vipassana energy field. As meditation deepens, the body may no longer be experienced as a solid object. Instead, subtle vibrations and flowing sensations replace the perception of physical solidity. Awareness begins to perceive the body as a dynamic field of energy. The experience of Bhanga can therefore be viewed as an experiential encounter with a reality that resembles modern physics. Observer problem. Physics raises an important question: who or what observes the world of energy and change? A similar question emerges in Vipassana. Even when bodily solidity dissolves into vibration, there still seems to be an awareness that observes the process. This sense of a watcher remains present, creating a subtle philosophical and experiential challenge.
Please like, subscribe, your comments.
Anatta challenge. The Buddha taught the principle of anatta, or non-self, which denies the existence of any permanent observer behind experience. While Bhanga may reveal the dissolving nature of matter and sensation, the feeling of a watcher can still persist. According to the deeper teaching, true nirvana requires the dissolution of even this subtle observer. Therefore, anatta points beyond the experience of Bhanga itself. Schrödinger's cat. Cat paradox. Schrödinger's famous thought experiment describes a cat that is simultaneously alive and dead until it is observed. This paradox illustrates the strange nature of quantum reality. Multiple possibilities can coexist before observation takes place. Reality appears undecided until an act of observation brings one outcome into view. Vipassana Cat. Vipassana can be understood through a similar paradox. On one hand, it is alive as a powerful and transformative practice that changes lives. On the other hand, it appears limited when it encounters certain experiential boundaries. Both perspectives can exist simultaneously. Personal experience ultimately determines which aspect becomes most significant. Love. Alive. The silence, discipline, and depth of Vipassana create conditions for remarkable personal growth. The practice strengthens awareness, emotional balance, and self-understanding. In this sense, Vipassana is like the living cat in Schrödinger's paradox. Its transformative power inspires admiration, gratitude, and love. Hate. Dead. At the same time, the unexplored territory beyond breath cessation can create dissatisfaction. When practitioners are repeatedly directed back to established techniques, opportunities for further exploration may appear restricted. In this sense, Vipassana resembles the dead cat in the paradox. Feelings of frustration and criticism naturally arise from this perceived limitation. Bohr's principle. Niels Bohr proposed the principle of complementarity to explain the dual nature of light. Light can behave both as a wave and as a particle, depending on how it is observed. These apparently contradictory descriptions are both necessary for a complete understanding. Contradiction is therefore transformed into a deeper unity. Vipassana complementarity. Vipassana can also be viewed through the lens of complementarity. As a wave, it represents direct experience, flow, and transformation. As a particle, it represents structure, rules, and disciplined practice. Both dimensions are essential, and neither alone provides a complete picture. Together they form a more holistic understanding of the practice. Love as wave. Love for Vipassana spreads like a wave through experience. It emerges from silence, discipline, insight, and the profound transformation that many practitioners encounter. Like a wave, it moves beyond rigid boundaries and connects different aspects of life. This perspective reveals love as one side of a complementary truth. Hate as particle. Criticism of Vipassana is often focused and precise, like a particle. It points toward rigidity, limitations, and unanswered questions within the tradition. These concerns represent important realities that cannot simply be ignored. Seen through complementarity, hate becomes another aspect of the larger truth rather than its opposite.
Heisenberg and uncertainty. Uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle showed that certain properties of a system cannot be known, with complete precision, at the same time. Absolute certainty is impossible at the quantum level. Reality contains an inherent indeterminacy that cannot be eliminated. Uncertainty is therefore not a limitation of knowledge alone but a feature of existence itself. Vipassana uncertainty. My experience of Vipassana contains a similar uncertainty. At times, I feel deep appreciation and gratitude for its transformative power. At other times, I feel frustration toward its limitations and unanswered questions. Neither perspective fully replaces the other. The relationship remains open, fluid, and indeterminate. Nirvana threshold. As meditation approaches its deepest stages, the sense of bodily existence may disappear completely. Yet, there can still remain a subtle feeling that something is aware of the experience. This residual sense of observation suggests that a trace of self may still persist. True nirvana, as understood in the doctrine of non-self, would require the dissolution of even this final residue. Tagline slide. Love and hate dissolve in quantum emptiness. Vipassana can be understood as both a profound promise and a meaningful limitation. The insights of relativity, quantum paradox, complementarity, and uncertainty provide useful metaphors for this experience. Rather than resolving the contradiction, the paradox itself becomes the teacher. In embracing both love and hate, one discovers a deeper form of liberation.